Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar brought to you by Bursa Malaysia and managed by LifeChat. My name is May, and I will be your moderator for this session. For the topic tonight, we have Build Your Wealth with Micro Investment. Have you ever felt that investing is something that you can only start once you have enough money or extra money? Well, you are not alone. Many of us feel this way, and many people hesitate to invest because they believe that their capital is too small to make any real difference. Salaries are often enough to just cover daily expenses, and financial commitments have never seemed to get lighter. Now, this is exactly where micro investing comes in. It challenges the idea that you need a large amount of money to start investing. With micro investing, you can start with small amounts, invest gradually, and at the same time, you learn the fundamentals of investing while building healthy financial discipline. With that said, we are pleased to invite Mr. Muhammad Hazmi today to share his practical strategies, tips, and insights on how to start investing confidently, how to manage your investment wisely, and to grow your wealth over time. All right. So before we begin, I would like to make a very important disclaimer of which all of the information shared in this webinar is solely for uh, information purposes and for knowledge purposes. So if you decide to buy any sort of securities based on the webinar tonight, please understand that you are 100% liable for your decisions. Moving on, let's introduce our speaker for tonight's session. Mr. Muhammad Hazmi bin Abdul Rahim is a stock market educator, which previously worked as a research analyst at ETSW Sdn Berhad, specializing in equity fund management with over 12 years of experience in financial markets and investment. He has a strong foundation in fundamental financial market and analysis. He has also held positions as a remisier in CGS International Securities and in senior management at an SME in Kajang, Selangor. Mr. Hazmi has frequently conducted investment classes focusing on fundamental analysis for retail investors and has published several economic articles in local print media as well as the World Bank publications. Besides this, he also holds a Bachelor of Science, majoring in food science, and a Bachelor of Business Administration from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM. He also earns a Master of Economics, specializing in international trade and business from UKM as well. And currently, he is pursuing a PhD in economics. Now, with that amazing introduction, let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Hazmi.
Okay, thank you, May. I will take from here. Thank you for all that coming to this session, and I see some of you are requesting that, thinking that this session will be in Malay or in English. I will say that majority of this session will be in English, but just in case if maybe in order to making sure that the points have been delivered correctly. Maybe we can mix things up a little bit, but majority of this events of this webinar will be done in English. But I will try my best to give a very simple explanation because I know that I understand that most the people that coming into the session is a new investor, is what we call in the term love to use that as a newbie in the industry, newbie in investment. So I will try to use as simple definition, as simple words for you guys to understand it, and we try to make this as interactive enough. Okay, so because investment topic usually we have a very what we call a boring lecture in university, but this is a webinar which you guys is what we call grown-ups, and then at the same time this is at the evening of the night. So I think it will be best if we can have a very interactive session, and it will be best for us to have a more a bit mixed up in things. Okay, I can share the screen, May. Okay, first and foremost, today's topic will be build your wealth with micro investment. Okay, even though the title is a micro investment, I will tell you one thing. This is a very crucial topics. This is a very important topics for you guys to understand. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, loud and clear.
Loud and clear, because I see the okay, so okay, this is a very crucial topics, and this is a very important topics, especially for those who want to start investing, for those who try, let's say, want to go into the market and usually feels intimidated and feels that what happened in this market, why some people are making money, some people are losing money. So micro investing for me as what we call a senior investor in this market, I would say that this is the first step for anyone to start. If you say that micro investing, you want to start with micro investing, this is the first door. This is the first door in which you need to open, you need to see. So I would say that building your wealth with micro investing is not just building your capital, it's also building your mentality. So today, my name is Muhammad Hazmi bin Abdul Rahim. Just as a disclaimer, for whatever things that we say today, for whatever things that we are discussing today, let's say if you are talking about certain things, it is what we call under the banner of education. We are not trying to pursue you to buy anything. No, we are just giving you a correct information about the market. We are giving you the proper way to think about the market and how we want to interact in the market with the proper knowledge. So this is the purpose of today. So that is the first disclaimer that I want to say. So my like previously may have told you, this is my CV. Nothing much to say. It's just that the PhD is taking too long for me right now. It will take a few more years if let's say I want to finish yet. But at the end of the day, education will always prevail. And I would love to for you guys, if let's say you want to start investing, find a proper education, find a proper educator that can help you navigate into this industry. Because why? You must understand one thing. A proper education, a proper knowledge will make sure will give you what we call a step ahead compared others, and then that also will differentiate. Let's say you want to make a good decision or a bad decision, and then a proper education also will be what we call a point in which you can uh, excluded yourself from this world of scamming that happens a lot right now. So get a proper educator, get a proper education. That is what I always tell my colleague, my investors, and things like that. So our topic today is micro investing. Before we talk a lot about micro investing, I would love to tell you the definition and the concept of micro investing. What is micro investing? The name of micro investing feels like so small, but I tell you one thing, micro investing is one of the biggest thing that can happen in your life right now. And micro investing that you see right now, that I'm telling you right now, what I say to you right now will be a life-changing experience if you start it today. Why? Because micro investing is a form of investing that allow individual to start investing with a small amount of money, sometimes as low as a few dollars. Okay, a few ringgits, you can start already. And it is designed to make investing more accessible, especially for beginners with those limited capital. This is what we are seeing. Because why? I do believe, because I've shared this session with a lot of people in social media, I know that the background of you guys, you are coming from the people that love to see opportunities, love to understand what is there for me, and capital is not a limitation for you guys. So that's why I will say that micro investing is the first step that you need to take. Don't limit yourself with the amount of capital. Open yourself towards using this micro investing as a tool to open for new things. Because why? Through micro investing, investor can gradually build wealth by investing in a small, consistent over time into instrument like stocks, ETF, unit trust, digital investment portfolio, and other things that being endorsed by SC. So this is the things that we look into in micro investing. The main idea is based on the principle that a small regular investment can grow significantly through compounding in a long run. Okay, there's two things that what we call being must we need in investment. There's two things you need in investment. The first is the capital. The second is the time. But whenever you don't have sufficient amount of capital, you will have a lot abundant of time. And then a lot of time can reduce the effect of lacking of capital. A lot of time can what we say that it can recuperate this lack amount of capital. Trust me, I've been in industry so long, I've lost a lot, and then time will heal. Time will give you education. Time will give you this what we call you if you have a lot of time, use your time wisely. That's what we call. And time is a commodity that the most expensive right now in the world because you can't get your time back. You can buy new assets. You can even right now the gold price is already too high. People say that, oh, the gold price is going too high, but you still can buy a gold, but you cannot buy your time. So that's why when I say micro investing is very important, you need two things: time and capital. Limited capital can be recovered by time. So micro investing mainly focus about time. Okay, who is suitable for micro investing? The beginner who are new to investing. So if you are a beginner, if you want to start your somewhere, start with micro investing. Start small, because there is a verb in Malay. There is a verb in Malay, proverb in Malay. We call that sikit-sikit lama-lama jadi bukit. When we translate it into English, you can say that a small action can lead to a bigger uh, can create a snowball. So this is what we are seeking. This is why macro investing is so crucial for beginner. You can start small and it will snowball to a much bigger effect. Secondly, individual with a limited starting capital. I tell you one thing. For whatever reason that you are facing in your self right now, capital should not be an limitation for you to start investing. Don't worry. Whenever I understand that sometimes you meet what we call an agents or people that involved in the market for so long. They say that if you want to go to the market, at least minimum you need to have few thousand. You need to have this a big amount. But at the end of the day, I tell you, this is a true fact. I have a friend in which he start with a very consistent amount with a very specific time since his time during his study, and now he is one of this what we call, I would say, a good investor among my colleague, but he is not coming from this investment background. He's currently an engineer with one of the biggest company in Malaysia. So, but the behavior of saving, behavior of micro investing, if you start early, you can see the effect being snowball, not just by your capital, but by your behavior. Okay, and last but not least, this is why I'm pushing in the young investor who want to develop discipline. That's why this is a true story of my friend developing the discipline of saving and investing habit, because investing is a habit. Investing is a knowledge habit base. So you need to have the knowledge, you need to have the habits. So this is, if you are starting young, it will be you are a step ahead from, I can say, 90% of this new generation. You are moving forward, and then you are not missing in all the opportunities that we have right now, because everything is just in the click of a mouse. So okay, we continue. Okay, so micro investing works by allowing individual to invest more, like I said, regularly, often through digital platform and mobile apps. Like I said, it's just by a through a click of a mouse or through a touch of a screen. You already can do this micro investing. You don't need to go, because before we start just now, I share with the team about my experience of going into investing during that time. If you say that 1998, 1997, for you to do investment, you need to go for a big building. There's a building there in KLCC, there's BSKL there, not in KLCC, but opposite front there. You need to go there, you need to submit your orders and things like that. It's tough if you want to invest, or you need to call your advisor, or you need to call your dealer for you to do your business if you want to invest in the Bursa Malaysia. But nowadays, you just in the leisure of your room, in the leisure of your bed, you can do your investment. So that's how easy it is. So it's just through a digital platform or mobile apps. It's required Instead of requiring a large capital upfront, investor now can start with a very minimum fund and build their investment gradually over time. So I will show you guys what are the platform that can provide you this opportunity. Even right now, if you don't know, I will show you the platform that you have already in your phone, in which you can start it. So we will go through, but be patient with me. I need to give this what we call, to build up your ideas and why I need to do this micro investing, because outside there's not a lot of people are talking in. Only in Bursa we are talking about this micro investing as a main topic, in which you guys are the one that have the opportunity to listen here, and you guys can be, you take the steps. Okay, typically micro investing function in the following ways. Okay, small sum of money are invested periodically, daily, weekly, monthly. This is the behavior part in micro investing. Secondly, investment are placed into diverse asset like ETF, stock, or managed portfolio. So like I said, like I usually say to my clients or my peers of on in social media, I would say that ETF, stocks, and managed portfolio is the best for micro investment. Thirdly, automated features helps maintain consistency and discipline. So nowadays we have an automated. Okay, just to share with you, in asset management. Okay, asset management is the company that provide asset management service. Right now we have two types. We have the conventional one, and we have this robo advisory. So usually this robo advisory asset management can provide you this kind of automated features in micro investment. But at the same time, we also can see there's now few broker are providing the same features. And then some of this what we call financial service provider also are providing this kind of feature, that is what we call automated investment behavior. So this, you guys need to aware of it, because believe it or not, the things is already there, already in your phone. I will believe that you will already in your phone, but maybe you realize it or not. It depends on maybe you need to explore it lah. Okay, return grow over time through the power of compounding. So now I'm highlighting the power of compounding. What is compounding? So this the word compounding is quite familiar, but I would say that a lot of you maybe don't realize the powerful power of compounding. So we will go about compounding, but why is suitable for new investor? Now we are talking about specific for new investor. I do believe that a lot of you are coming into this micro investing topic is a new investor, because for a seasoned investor, they say that I'm not doing a micro investing anymore. So micro investing for a new investor because the low capitals, low risk exposure, easy to understand and use. It's easy. It's easy. It's super easy compared to others. And then build investment discipline, power of compounding, access anytime, anywhere. So this is why it's suitable for new investor because it provide you guys for new investor specifically. It provide you with flexibility. It provide you with a more what we call accessibility, and last but not least, this micro investment nowadays will also provide you with a proper risk. What we call, I'm not saying risk free. There's the risk is always there, but risk mitigator. Risk mitigator. It mitigate atau in a way it will disperse your risk accordingly if you're buying into a proper asset. Okay, so comparison between micro investing and traditional investing, especially for you guys that are new in this industry, then that eager to coming into investment. Why? What is the difference between micro investing and traditional investing? First of all, micro investing, you can start a very low, small amount. Okay, but for traditional investing, you require a large upfront capital. Okay, I tell you one thing. Usually, if you say that you want to buy a stock, okay, you want to buy a stock, uh, generally, in Bursa Malaysia, you need to buy it in a unit. No, sorry, you need to buy it in a lot. So a lot usually costs you the price of 100 units. So this sometimes can give you a bit of hurdles, especially if you're talking about a much expensive stocks. So, but if you're talking about micro investing, we are talking about whatever units that can give you a low access with a more asset like ETF or other things like a fund, that a smaller fund that can provide with you this access. So like ETF, one unit of ETF do represent several companies, several stocks in it. So I give you like in Malaysia we have the one of the ETF that combines a lot of stocks in it, like EQ10. I think EQ10 produced by Kenanga, that have a lot mid EQ10. So this ETF have a lot of Malaysian company in it. So if you want to go into micro investing, you can start with ETF because the price is accessible. It's not that expensive like you buying a single stock. Okay, so accessibility, like I said previously, access via mobile apps. But nowadays also, if you want to book, if you want to buy stocks, okay, let me tell you a bit different here. Why is different here? Because micro investing, you can access the service through many apps, not just to broker apps. You can access micro investing through financial service, let's say like Touch and Go. Touch and Go also have a provide micro investing, and then you can access another apps like your banking apps. Maybank have it, Bank Islam also have it, and few others bank also have the same micro investing service in it. So this embedded in the mobile apps is easy for you. You don't need to have, let's say, you know, if you want to buy a conventional stocks, you need to find a dealer or you need to find a remiser, and then you need to open a CDS account. After you open a CDS account, you need to have the platform. You need to learn about the platform. There's a lot of things happen there. So it would be tough, I said, for a micro investment. So to make things easy, time worth it. So access through apps is easier. Target investor. For micro investing, we are target a beginner and young investor. I would believe that a lot of people that coming in today is a young and what we call a beginner investor. And usually people with traditional investment ideas will have a more experience and higher capital. But don't worry. I do believe that most of you that starting today will put a vision to become an experienced investor. One day you guys will also go through this traditional investment if you start with micro investing. So that is what we aim. We need to have that aim lah. Okay. Second, low risk due to small amount. Okay, this is something that I would say that usually whenever your capital is low, the feelings or the what we call the psychology, the mentality in your brain, the thinking about the investment is something that can you you can take it. You can take the loss. You can see the number. If let's say 1,000, suddenly you are losing 3% of that 1,000. It's still amount that you can recoup lah. You can accept it. But whenever you see a higher investment amount, or for even 1% from let's say the 100,000, if you say 1%, that amount is a significant amount. If you are losing in one position, like I experienced that. I experienced that. I experienced a million loss. So that is how we but I'm an experienced investor, and then when we're dealing with funds and things like that, emotional is something that we need to build in early stage. If you start in we need to remove this emotion. We need to understand because you have time. Okay, investment style, gradual, consistent. Like I said earlier, snowball effect, sikit-sikit, lama-lama jadi bukit. This kind of mentality is what micro investing is. And then traditional investing, usually people are love to come in with a lump sum. I tell you one thing, a lot of people, whenever they can withdraw their capital SP, suddenly they start to coming into the market, but they have never experienced the market. So this is what a lot of mistake happen. I tell you one thing, this is what I share with you. Whenever people with large sum of money like KWSP are coming in, they withdraw their EPF, they withdraw their KWSP just because of, okay, now I have, let's say, 200, 300K. They're coming into the market with that no experience of even for micro investing. At the end of the day, they will fail. I tell you one thing, I meet up a lot, I meet up a lot. I up till today, the most memorable one is this one auntie losing around her EPF is around 600K, and now he is losing half of the EPF because of a bad strategy in investment. But he already around 61, 62. Who want to help? Because learning at that stage is not that easy, especially learning about tech, learning about stocks. So micro investment is something that I will encourage for you guys to start. At least you understand what is this instrument, what is stock market, what is ETF, and everything. That is what we are looking into. Learning curve is beginner friendly because of the risk, and then flexibility, like I said, the flexibility. So if you compare between micro investing and traditional investing, you will find that if you are a beginner, you will love to start with micro investing. You don't push yourself to go for traditional investing, and some way somehow you will see some of the new young guy will go for a traditional investing. It's okay. That is doesn't mean that we are left behind. No, because why? Micro investing is about discipline, it's about knowledge. So that's why I said focus on that. That is the whole experience. So remember one thing, for whatever that you want to do, whatever you want to do, if you want to go into the market, the source of income is this is a very clear picture of a source of income that you can get from micro investing. The first, whenever you have a long-term growth, whenever you have a long-term growth, whenever you have an asset appreciation, in which whatever asset that you buy in micro investing, the gain that you will have is the long-term growth. That is what we see in micro investing. For immediate income, for whatever you want to do in the micro investing, you can get from dividend yield. So this is too is a balance in your micro investing. So this is the idea that I need you guys, if you want to go for micro investing, for whatever evaluation that you want to do, understand this. Asset appreciation, asset dividend yield. So this is two things that will always happen in investment in micro investing. So these two is the source of income. The source of income. This two is the major source of income. Okay, so all the income that you will have in the market, all of this that you get, that you investment. So why I'm saying it's the wealth building? Why I'm saying this is the point you can change your life. Because why? If you're starting in January 2026 right now, at the end of 2026, I think we already missed 3 weeks. But if let's say every week you start with $5 or $10, at the end of this year, you will have a what we call a good traction of capital if you want to start micro investing. 52 weeks time 10 ringgit. You will have 522 ringgit. So 522 ringgit, if you are investing in any ETF, now you can see if let's say the ETF are giving you what we call asset appreciation, the ETF will give you, if let's say the ETF are giving you dividend, you will also will have dividend. So this is something that suddenly suppose you have you so in this one is in this 52 weeks, you will see that you will only have 520 ringgit if you put 10 ringgit every week. But suddenly you see your investment are grow into 600 ringgit. So why is that? What is that happening? That is what we call the effect of compounding. And this is the first. Okay, let's say you have a growth around 10% in the first year. You bring that 600 ringgit, you go into this market with only the 600. Then for the same 600, you get another 10%. For the same, you will get 660 ringgit. That 660 ringgit, you bring another year, you get the same 10%. It's just by doing a consistent things. You are not putting more capitals, that is what we call a compounding interest. You see the growth where the growth need to happen. So this service is what we always tell this is what I always tell most of this young investor. You can see the compounding effect if you give time to investment. Compounding effect, Einstein have said it. Maybe I've said it, but I heard somewhere Einstein said it that compounding is the most stronger force that even the atomic bomb does not, let's say, represent it, because compounding effect that create a lot of wealth. Compounding effect is the consistency in compounding effect had created a lot of changes in countries. This, if you are talking about this older investor, or you're talking about a more experienced investor, the most of the advice that they give to you is that compounding, understand about compounding, how compounding, especially for the young guys, you have two things. For a young, maybe you have a limited in capital, but we have time. So time is compound. So appreciate that, use that time, and start be disciplined on it, so you can feel the full force of compounding interest. This is what, let's say, I said to you, I've told you earlier that whenever you do this, you start your micro investment, you will feel this compounding interest, you will feel this compounding effect. This effect is the main driver in your investment. This is the main thing why you are doing your investment. If let's say the first year you're putting your investment 52 weeks, let's say in this consistent you are giving your 52 weeks 10 ringgit. Next year also you are giving the same 10 ringgit for the second year, third year, fourth year, and suddenly suddenly you have 10,000 out of nowhere. Suddenly after 3 years, say, hey, after 5 or 10 years, you say that, hey, suddenly I have 10,000. The money already grow. So this is what happening. Because why? If you're talking about compound interest does not limited you for a dividend income. There's also an asset appreciation. I'm not touching on how you can enhance your compound interest. But what I can say that the source of, that's why in early slide I'm telling you the benefit of micro investing that you can get is under the asset appreciation. That's in a layman term, yeah, in a Malay we call it kenaikan harga. There's asset appreciation, kenaikan harga, and then you get it from a dividend yield. Dividend yield ialah pulangan dividend. So these two is the force, main driver in the compound interest. So because I'm telling you, because I'm seeing the effect. I'm seeing even my investment personally, I'm using the same ideas, the compound interest. I'm using the same ideas. If you are talking about a professional, what professional are doing, we are doing the same thing. We You can go look into what we call a KEGA. So this amount of KEGA is something that you need to, build up, understand this concept. Okay, so if let's say you do a micro investment, this is something that why I'm telling you, you need to be consistent every week, every year, or you need to build a discipline. Because why? Market move in a cycle. Today, yesterday, people are talking about Trump doing this, doing that, and things like that. If you realize, last year, Trump are doing the same thing during January to China. Trump are doing the same cycle every year. The same habit what he doing in the previous presidency. So if you are experienced investor like me, I don't. There's nothing shock me anymore about Trump, but this behavior start to become a concept of Donald Trump. So whenever I talk about market are moving into a cycle, moving in a cycle. So this is what I say. This picture, this slides in front of you, tell you that whatever things that happen need what comes around need to goes around whenever the things are, let's say the full recession is happening, and then we have a recovery, and then we have a full recovery, and then we have a recession back, early recession back. So things are moving in a cycle. Only time heals everything. Time will make you recover. Time will make sure that your fund are moving in the right direction. Time also that all of you right now, the young investor have, will build your discipline. I tell you one thing. Today, maybe you don't have that big capital, but we don't know. The next 5 years, who knows? Whatever project that you will have, whatever suddenly you become a rich guy, or you become a rich woman, or you become a rich housewife. Suddenly, we don't know. And then at that time, because of your behavior, you know already have this behavior, you understand about the market cycle, you understand about the sector, you know how to navigate into the market with all the money that you have. You just understand one thing: everything move in a cycle. Accept that, then you can accept everything in life. It will be easier. You can have a clear direction. Okay, oh, understand this. Because let's say the story that happened few days because of Trump, everything. Last night, I monitor the US market. I'm monitor closely about the US market. You see that during the morning session, we see that the Malaysian market have the Malaysian market, we see some action, some reaction in the Malaysian market. You see that there is a reaction towards whatever Trump do during the weekend, we see it happen in the Malaysian market. But during that time, in the Monday, we have there's a close, it is a holiday in US, so the market is not open. But in when Tuesday, we see that the market is open, suddenly we have a big gap in everything. Every stocks have a big gap price. They're opening lower than previous day. So this is what I say, that the reaction is already happened. It's happening. But at the same time, you must understand one thing. Whatever things that happen, whatever things that let's say now you are losing things, or you're losing in your investment, it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle. Things move in a cycle. Accept that, then you can move faster, you can move forward clearly. Okay, so why and how to start micro investing? Now I give you everything. I tell you why you need to do micro investing and what is the key essential in micro investing. This keep that bear in mind that why you do micro investing, because of we want to start the discipline. Okay, and then what is the main driver in micro investing? You have this asset appreciation, you have this dividend, and then you have this behavior change in yourself. So this is a three key driver as you as a micro investor. Now we go to why and how to start micro investing. Okay. So how to start micro investing? First of all, set a clear goal and determination. I will say that whatever you want to do in micro investment, please put down, write it up. What is your definition about your micro investment and how you want to do it? Because the more the clearer your goal, the more action you will take. Okay? Never say that, oh, I want just nak start lah. Or suddenly I can try lah, I can try lah. Oh, no, no, no. You start your clear direction. Maybe this week I want to start with 5 ringgit. Maybe this week I want to start with $5. Maybe this week I want to start with 20 ringgit. Just a 20 ringgit with the whole week. I know that you capable to do it. Because now a lot of young people can every day also can enjoy cup of tea, chagi, you can enjoy your juice, you can enjoy your whatever drinks that you feel that like you like it. Yeah, you're capable to do that. I think for 20 ringgit for you to invest in any ETF, also you can do it. Because why? This is the opportunity for in your lifetime, because you are buying time, you are building up your wealth, and then your chagi can wait. I think your chagi can wait, or your Zeus can wait. Okay, so for me myself, I drink a lot of coffee. I drink a specific kind of coffee, so I understand the needs to have a coffee. That's why I buy my own coffee machine. I have my own coffee machine. But at the end of the day, sometimes whenever I go outside have a meetings, I still need to buy a coffee. So I understand whenever people say that nowadays we need to have that coffee. Yeah, we need to have the coffee. I can't have my day without the coffee. So, but I write my investment objective clearly. I know what my investment and my capabilities. Okay, and then secondly, choose a platform. Whenever you want to choose a platform, first of all, make sure that the platform is suits your style. Okay, if you choose a robo advisory, make sure that the robo advisory can give you understand the robo advisory, because some robo advisory can provide you advice of the fund in a way. The how they work is that you need to every month to put some money. You need to put some money in that platform. Okay, but some robo advisory are taking from any type of smaller cash that you have. So this two, it is two different objective. These two different objective will what we call we make sure it suits your behavior, it suits your needs, and it suits your style. Okay, but let's say if you say, oh, I don't want to use your robo advisory, I want to use by myself. Yes, you have an option also to do by yourself. Okay, so start small. Start small. I would love for you guys to start small. Don't start big. I never tell people start with a large amount of money that ridiculous. No, start with a small amount. Start with, because why we start with small amount? It is a what we call a behavior, a change of behavior. So you need to start small, because this behavior, a small behavior, can compound to bigger action. So start small. It's always good to start small, and then invest consistently. Okay, let's say right now you want to go weekly, you can go monthly, but invest consistently. This is what making you you can save it, that 20 ringgits every week, but you can save that 20 ringgits and then directly invest. So that is the best, because why? You need to use that capital to train your behavior. Because why? Whenever you go for the number 5 monitor and learn, you want to track your progress, you want to track your improvement knowledge over time, you need to see the fluctuation of money. I'm just be frank with you, or even in micro investing, you will see losses. You will see losses. You will see drawdowns in your capital. You will see suddenly, wait, why my capital is losing? I'm never tell you in the first place that you will profit. No. But what I can tell you right now is that you will lose. You will see that, okay, now I need to do something. Then you will learn. Because maybe when you take the first step, maybe you subscribe to any robo advisor, and suddenly you subscribe, you don't know, you don't understand, you don't know yourself, suddenly you subscribe for a more aggressive fund, or you're going for more aggressive strategy. But at the end of the day, the aggressive strategy is not suit for yourself. Even by losing $1 or $2 also, suddenly you feel that, oh, I can't lose anything. So it's not suitable for you to invest in a risky market. You need to find a more stable market. There's other option for you. So that's why I said invest consistently. All the money that you have collected weekly, start to invest. Weekly, start to invest. And then track your progress and improve your knowledge. Like I said, whenever you see losses, whenever you see there's no growth in your fund, then you must take action. The first action is that track your progress and then check your knowledge. So this is 5 steps how you can start micro investing. Okay, consideration to choose a platform. Okay, this is something that I would love for you to guys to jot down and to understand each of this thing. The first is the low fee and charges, because fee and charges will making sure that your investment have a return. Because whenever we talk about micro investment, we are looking forward to a small returns in the initially. We see we looking into a small return initially. So we cannot do some. We choose a platform that charges quite high, even though the return is high, but at the end of the day, it's already because of the fee, it's churning our the fee is the one that churning our capital. So try to avoid it. Try to see the low fee and charges. Try to find what is the low fee and charges. Secondly, try to go low minimum investment. For whatever platform, sometimes they have their own requirement. So try to find a platform that can start with the lowest for you to build up your behavior, and then you can change. It's okay, you can change to whatever platform. After that, you say the platform is more suitable to you, then you can change. User friendly interface, this is crucial, because why? Sometimes when the platform is so good but it's not user friendly, you also will be feel lost, and that you can't learn anything. But right now we are talking about learning in a way that your micro investment, you are learning by yourself, you are learning through the app itself. So you need to have a user friendly interface. Second, security and regulation. Okay, this is something that you all must make sure. Okay, whatever things that you do, even for micro investment, I tell you one thing, for micro investment in Malaysia, okay, for all broker or for all platform that intended to provide an investment service in Malaysia, they need to register under Suruhanjaya Security or the Security Commission, SC, as that is the compulsory requirement. So you need to have that. Secondly, for whatever platform that you need to register, right now we implemented this, most of the platform are implemented this code, you know, whenever you click, you need to, they will send you a code, then you will have that code for you to access certain things. So this is 2FA mechanism, 2FA mechanism. So why we are implementing why Malaysia are implementing this? Because we want to provide a safe and security surrounding for every investor. It doesn't mean that micro investor is not important. It's important. We need to protect, because why? Every investment that you do, you need to share your personal information, you need to share your details, so everything, all those things is a very important things. And then second last is that automation features will have, some platform have these automation features, but some platform do not have it. So please aware of it lah. For most of the robo advisor, we have that. Okay, and last but not least, educational support. Some of the platform are providing educational support, but some of it do not provide educational support. But I don't feel that that is a hurdle. That is a deal breaker if you want to go for investment, because educational support right now you can have a lot place for you to educate yourself. Even you say that You said that, Hazmi, where is the best platform? I can't tell you where is the best platform because right now you can access either from this YouTube. Also, we have a good. You can go for Bursa education. You can go for Bursa platform. Also, we have education. Because yesterday we have a session in which we are teaching people how to use the platform itself. Bursa have a platform education. So this is something that you guys must try to interact, try to make a consideration, do a checklist. This is the checklist that you need to have. Okay, micro investing for beginners. First of all, this is the apps that we have in Malaysia. I just to be frank with you, I'm not familiar with all of it, but what I can say is that most of this is quite well known. First away, the stash away. I do believe that a lot of younger generation, not younger lah. I think maybe for the millennial, you will know about the stash away. This is not new in Malaysia. I think also in overseas also it's not new. There's a lot of people are using Stashaway as part of their investment portfolio. Stashaway is a licensed robo advisory, offer automated diversified portfolio and a tailored risk lah. So this is also a micro investment. And second is the Wahid Invest. I One of the main Sharia provider robo advisor Wahid Invest. This is what we call a lot of people are using it. I would say that they also have their own ETF. So they provide this robo advisory ataupun or we can say that automated ETF buying through their apps. So you can see that Wahid Invest is a good option for you to consider. And then number three is Touch and Go. Touch and Go is also a micro investing beginner investment app. So Touch and Go is a app in which I think not a lot of us are exploring it a lot. Okay, for me personally, I usually use Touch and Go in a very minimum way, but I have a lot of friends that use Touch and Go a lot, so they have a good experience. But yeah, some people have a different experience. But at the end of the day, Touch and Go is one of the best way you can start. Even Touch and Go, you can buy stocks in a fraction, in which you can buy as low as certain amount of stocks that you can buy through Touch and Go. So, do check Touch and Go. Okay. Versa also we have. Acru now is robo advisory. Iromai robo advisory with ETF based portfolio. Myteo Kenanga digital investing. It's also a robo advisory. And last, the most stable one I can say is RIA by ASNB, digital investment portfolio with a variable funds. You can check out all this platform for you to consider what I just give you a checklist previously, and you can consider this as a part of your startup for this. Okay, I'm also giving you some examples. So, like right now we have a different broker, international broker that offering a micro investing service like Momo and Weibo. They are providing a micro investment service, but this is an international broker through their apps in the phone. So you guys can also check it out. What they're offering if you say you want to start micro investing, but in Momo and Weibo it's not an automated things. It's something that you need to find their agents or their you need to ask them what is their offering on that. Okay, but you can start as low as whatever amount that you have in these two platform, but this is not a normal robo advisory. They are a broker. So why I'm telling you this is a broker, a different type of a different type of micro investment. Okay, so right now, this is the Touch and Go wallet. You can open your Touch and Go wallet and you can see there is an icon in your Touch and Go wallet that called E-Trade. E-Trade. In E-Trade is you can open account with E-Trade. You can click and start open your account there, in which you can start your micro investing there. So why choose E-Trade? I would say that it is a more accessibility. It's easier to access E-Trade compared to you need to open a broker account and things like that, because E-Trade is already in your platform. It's already on your eTouch and Go, in your Touch and Go platform. And but you need to understand one thing. For whatever account that you're opening, you must comply to Malaysian regulatory rules, in which they need to have your MyCard. They need you at least 1 month bank statement. If your ID, if you're a student, you need to provide your student ID for a full-time student. And then you need to have a 10 ringgit to pay for your CDS account opening lah. So this is what we call standard procedure, usually being done being by Touch and Go. And in Touch and Go also, you can have several fund. You can access several money market fund. You can access different type of unit trust. So there's a lot to explore in Touch and Go e-wallet. So this is what you can start as a micro investor. I would love for you guys after this, just open your platform and go try to see, access certain things. This is easily to access. Okay. So, and then we have also certain international broker in which they can offer certain type of investment, like we have that RSP in which you can access certain international ETF, or you can also buy a Bursa based ETF. So this is something that you can access through your international platform. So at the end of the day, the option is abundance. There's a lot. If let's say you are using the international broker, please do check either the international broker are registered with SC, and make sure that you understand, you find the what we call the marketing reps, or you find it someone that can teach you regarding the correct person that being registered through the PO, and then registered under SC, that can guide you through this apps or things like that. So make sure that you have that kind of access. If you don't understand, get questions to ask. Okay. So what is important in this? Like say, I just like to reiterate back, for regulatory, some things that you need to have that, because we need to ensure that each of the platform is regulated by SC and trustworthy. So this is I think I tell you for quite some time, because why? Each platform that you need to invest, you want to invest, must be registered under SC. Please make sure that. Secondly, the fee charges, because micro investment is a small investment, so low in fee will help a lot along the way. Minimum investment amount, understand what is the minimum investment amount, the risk level of each product, because if you talk about ETF, we have certain investment certain risks. If you're talking about stocks, we have certain risks. If you're talking about certain funds, they have certain risks. Liquidity and how to access the fund, ease of use, simple interface, automation features, and Sharia compliance for Muslim investors. So this is the what we call the checklist that you need to do. You need to check back for whatever you do. So build this behavior, build this checklist as a part of the behavior of micro investing. I would love to see you guys in 10 years time. You will say that, okay, oh, because I'm going to this Bursa event, I know, oh, what is micro investing, how micro investing is being done. Okay, we are not talking about the asset yet. Now we are talking about how you can start the behavior. You can explore any asset that they offer in each of the platform. The asset can be ETF, the asset can be stocks, the asset can be money market, or any type of fund. But at the end of the day, if you don't have any, you can find the correct knowledge through Bursa. You can find the correct knowledge to even for any educator that provide in the online, that correct registered under SC. So that is what we want to emphasize. So risk awareness. Okay, this is something that I need to make sure that you guys understand. Even though you are investing in a small amount, risk is almost certain is that. Because why? Market is volatile. Market, you can go ups and down. Yesterday, we can see leaders are giving a new policy here and there. So the market will react. The market will not just say that, oh, we can accept any policy. Sometimes, strategic as of Any fund will react towards any type of market reaction. So volatility will always there. Even though the investment are small, the risk is there. Okay, understand that. Okay, emotional control with small cap. If let's say you have this uh, uncertainty in emotion, you have this, you can't control your emotion, or you feel that, oh, okay, I can't take risks, then you can turn your fund into a less risky fund. So this, or you can turn your investment into less risky robo advisory. So it's always, the option is always there. I can't tell you about how to feel in the market because the behavior is totally different. Some people, even though the fund are dropping around negative 30%, they feel like, okay, it's just a market cycle. They don't feel anything. But some people, even though the amount that's invested are small, but even you are losing 1 to 2 ringgits also, you feel that, hey, I'm losing. So you can't sleep about that. So you know yourself. You need to find whatever fund or whatever scheme or whatever structure of investment, micro investment that suits you. So this is why we need to use the real capital, the real money for you to feel the emotion. Okay, to for you to jump into this roller coaster lah. Okay, why small amount doesn't mean no risk? Yeah, like I said, some people, small capital reduce the impact of losses, but it doesn't mean eliminate risk. Poor investment choice, lack of diversity, frequent trading can lead to losses. Serious. This is what I share you. If you are doing this, if you are trying to be cunning, even though initially you say you want to micro investing, suddenly when the capital already grow to 600 ringgit, and that moment you try to be more aggressive, you're not being consistent, then you can see the effect. So this is what, that's why I said to you, small doesn't mean no risk. You can start small, but you can turn into in big amount, but you need a discipline. You need to, you stick to what you feel correct, what you feel right, and any decision that you want to make it as an informed investor, not a speculator. So that's, I always tell my colleague lah, my even for you guys. Okay, risk management in micro investing. This is the how we want to manage risk. First of all, start small. Okay, I think I emphasize it a lot about starting small, and then diversify. Okay, diversified. This diversification does not happen if you are you okay, with a smaller capital. Diversification is a bit hard. Okay, this I share with you, but you can have a product that already diversified, like any fund or ETF. This two product is something that already diversified. So you can try this option as a diversification. But at the same time, let's say you want to buy any assets or commodity or things like that, it's something that you must understand. It is something that you cannot rely. When you have a small amount of fund, you can't navigate, but you try to find an option that can provide you diversification. Okay, know your risk level. I think I tell you a lot just now because you know your risk level lah. If you, let's say, you can accept even all the fund are lost, so that's on you. Okay. Avoid emotional decision. Yeah, try to avoid emotional decision. If I tell you yesterday the market is not nice, the market is not good, so you being emotional today, you try to sell everything. I put in your mindset that, oh, Donald Trump doing this, you see the news, you see everything, suddenly you feel scared, and then you sell everything, and then you cash out, you withdraw. But things happen just temporary, just 3 to 4 days, suddenly the market up back, people are winning, suddenly you feel that, oh, I'm missing or something. So the feel of missing is just the same like the feeling of losing. For me, I would accept a informed decision mistake, or I will accept an informed losses, educated losses, compared to an emotional losses. So that's me lah. But I've shared to you. You can find your own behavior. Okay, control fees and trading frequency. So whenever your fund is start going big, let's say you already have 600, you already have 1,000, suddenly you feel that, okay, I can do tradings. I can start shorting my time frame of investment. So this is a very dangerous action. So try to reduce it. Okay, try to reduce it. Focus in your objective. Okay, like I said, write it clearly. At least you are focused in your objective. Invest constantly. Keep emergency fund separate. Okay, don't touch your emergency fund. Okay, I tell you one thing. Never use this in micro investing as a let's say you say, hey, I want to use this income every month. No, no, no. Micro investing does not work like that. Yeah, I say that I want to every year I want certain amount of money. No, micro investing do not provide you that. So the fund, make sure that this fund is something that you won't touch for quite some time. Okay, key message. Last but not least, the key message that small investment does not mean small risk. Manage it wisely. Okay, so I think we can go for a Q&A session.
Thank you so much for that very insightful session, Mr. Hazmi. So let's move on to the Q&A session. Again, if you have any questions, do put it in the Q&A box so that we don't miss out on any of them. Let's answer the first question by Kennedy. What is a managed portfolio like? How does it work? What is the return like comparing against EPF or ASB? Please explain further.
Okay, so first of all, if you're talking about managed portfolio, you must understand one thing. If you are trying to find a service, okay, managing your portfolio, you can manage it by yourself. That is a option for you. Okay, but at the same time, you also can do what we call you can find other people to manage portfolio for you. So a managed portfolio is something that you have a structure in it, in which you have what we call uh, investment ideas, investment hypothesis, investment philosophy in your portfolio. Okay. If let's say you don't have that, you find other people to do it, then your investment will be according to what the people see in the market, and then you need to pay it. You need to pay for the other people to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of asset management that around here that have that lah. Okay, you need to pay it differently. It different from ASB or different from EPF and things like that. EPF, ASB, the objective is different. The objective is to balance, to provide value to investor with a zero risk, with a zero risk. So this is what makes them different. The difference is that they are not, they can't promise you a higher returns, but they can promise you a zero risk. So that's the objective. So to have that objective is tough in the market. I tell you, they having a very tough what we call objective. So just to make things short, because I think we have a lot of questions. Objective for to manage a portfolio, to manage any investment portfolio, you need to have an objective. Either the objective is feasible or not, or if you don't have that, you can find other people objective for you to subscribe. Okay.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the next question by Risha Devi. So this person has two questions. The first question is, what criteria should I evaluate in a company's financial statement to reduce investment risk and to ensure that I select appropriate stocks as a beginner?
Okay, I answer the first question or wait for the
Answer the first question first, and then we go to the second.
Okay. Well, wow, this is a very long. We need to have that one session to explain about the company financial statement and things like that. But just to make things fast, for every decision that you want to make, please make sure one thing. Make sure that the company is a feasible company in the sense of they have their own let's say a company works like an engine. The company can provide you with the returns, especially returns to the investor, returns to the value, and then the company at a bare minimum lah. The company must have a revenue. The company must have a clear net profit, and then the company must able to react towards any changes that happen in the market. So these three things is the main element that I will see in the company lah, just to make it simple for you. But if you are talking about a more deeper analysis, I will say you, for me, I will have 14 checklists. In this 14 checklists in a financial report, it will we can see, and then we can do a score, and then we evaluate. For Malaysian market, I already done that. I know a lot, not a lot of company that had that criteria that I will put into this 14 checklist. But at the same time, just to give you an example, for whatever company that managed to have a cash net profit, revenue, net profit, and then sustainability and react towards the market, usually they will produce a better result compared to other company.
All right. Second question. How significant are technical indicators such as golden cross or dead cross when analyzing stock charts, especially after filtering stocks based on key financial statements
This
criteria?
this question is not a micro investing question, but yeah, okay. Like I said, technical analysis is just a tool that you are using to make decision. It's not what we call a holy grail in the market. You need to understand that because I'm dealing with technical analysis. I think the most of the time I'm in the market itself. When I'm handling a fund, I'm also is the trader of the fund. So technical analysis is part of analysis that we do. So what I can share with you, technical analysis is just a tool. Make sure that you understand what the tool can give to you. But the tool, any tool, we have what we call it may work, it may not work. So that's the easy way to tell you about technical analysis.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hazmi. So next question is from Naniza. Any possibilities of ETF being delisted? If it does, what happens to our capital?
Okay. So this is an interesting question. Yes, yes. Any ETF will have this. You can have this, but understood. That's why whenever people want to buy ETF, I would love them to use one thing, to do one thing. Please check who is the producer of the ETF. Secondly, who create the ETF, and secondly, please get their prospectus, have their prospectus and see are the prospectus is feasible or not. Because now ETF, if you are talking in Malaysia, we think that the ETF market is not that large. But if you're talking in US, you're talking about a larger market. I think the ETF is in almost thousands. So there's a lot of ETF. So we need to be careful of what ETF that we are choosing, and make sure that the company that produce the ETF, the company that lists the ETF, is a sustainable company, and then have a read, have time to read everything in that portfolio, in their prospectus, making sure that this company is a legit company and the idea, the objective is legit. So that's how we can avoid it.
Right. Next question, we have something similar coming from Aisha and also Hazik. So from Aisha, she asked, is it good to go for fixed deposit? And similar with Hazik, which one is okay, fixed deposit or money market fund? Are Versa one of the money market fund?
Okay, so I can't talk about each product. Let's say I'm talking about each product, whatever the company are providing, whatever supervisor are providing, because that is not that we are not entitled to talk about that. If you are registered, let's say I'm a registered person, I can't talk about that. Which will, let's say, what is the company are doing it? You need to ask the company itself. You need ask the any representative about the company itself. But if you're talking about FD in general, if you're talking about money market in general, I would say that this is a two different criteria. Money market is something that in a way it provide you a liquidity. Okay, it provide you with the liquidity. But let's for what we call FD is something that for cash management. So it's totally different. So let's say I'm the one, I have a business. I have a business that involve in exchange. We need I do import and export. So I need to have I can't have an FD. I need to have a money market as part of my portfolio, because money market will provide me this access toward what we call a liquidity, a volatility. We mean that whatever my cash money is growing by day, but for FD is something that you do for a cash management. Let's say you have an abundance of cash that you don't want to use it in the next 3 months, so you can put in any FD and seek for the returns. But after that, you can take back the capital, you can take back whatever returns that they offer you. So it's totally two different products. You can compare it. But if you say that you need to have a cash management, you can go for FD. But you say you need the liquidity, you can go for a money market. Because in money market, you can go it depends on the products that you're offering. Some money market, you can go daily, you can go in and out daily, you can go 2 days once. So it depends. So it's not the same product.
All right. So related to ETF by Andy. So I guess unit trust is something similar. So which investment would be better, unit trust or ETF? Or is unit trust no longer an attractive investment option?
Oh man, this is a Okay, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, unit trust is a product that being protect. It's not a product that a public product. Okay, it's a public fund in which we have a regulatory, self-regulated regulatory that cover unit trust. So that is IFIMM. So whenever we want to talk about unit trust, we want to make sure that the person that you're talking about unit trust is either from coming from certified agents or certified people that registered under FIMM. So unit trust is a public fund that involved in this. There's a regulatory behind unit trust. So that's first thing. For ETF is something that you listed in the exchange. You can access it, and then but both also is what we call open-end fund lah. You can go anytime, you can get out anytime. So theoretically, it will have the same character. It will have a quite similar, what we call a similar structure. But at the end of the day, what makes them different is the objective. Usually, ETF is more focusing on indexing. Meanwhile, unit trust is more focusing on managing your portfolio. So that is the first difference. The second difference is the charges and the fee. So which one is the best? I would say that it depends on your objective. If you're focusing on indexing, maybe you go for ETF. But if you're focusing on the market, let's say you have a certain strategy, certain ideas, and certain market that you want to access. Okay, so this is what you can go for unit trust. So it depends on you lah. I can't say that which one is the best, because we are in an education, but I can educate you about the differences, the similarity. So that's what I say about unit trust.
All right, thank you so much. And the next question we have is also similar. It's from Fakrul and Armani. So their question is asking for Fakrul, if I have 1K now, what do I need to do? Just invest all the money or micro invest is the best thing? And from Amani, similar question. I currently have some cash with the market pulling back right now. Would it be better to invest in a lump sum or continue weekly or monthly DCA? What factors should I consider when deciding?
Okay, first of all, when you talk about you have a lump sum of money, make sure that that is not an emergency fund. That is something that you can use for your investment. That is purely for investment. To buy it accordingly, like let's say you want to buy it through DCA, you buy it through whatever strategy that you feel that you are comfortable, it's depend on you. But what I can share with you, during my time in asset management, we have 4 point rules. 4 point rules. 4 point rule is that whenever we want to do anything, we will have, let's say we want to buy something, we must have a 4 point ideas in which if let's say we want to buy one asset, we need to have four price. If let's say we want to buy one asset, we need to have four price, we need to have four time, we need to have four different scenario. That's what we do. So to answer with you, for us asset management, for a bigger institution, for usually a bigger fund and things like that handling this big businesses, they need to have much security, and they want to buy. The idea is that we try to buy anything below mean, and then we sell everything above mean. So that is the basic concept. The same thing I apply in whenever I do in my own investment. I do my own investment. I love to capture all the price so I can lower my mean, and then I can buy lower. I can anything. I make sure that I enter everything lower than my mean. And then if let's say the price is above my mean, then I can sell. I already get what we call I get my returns. So that is the idea that we are using in that I use in myself. Okay, but to tell you for 1K or things like that, I'm not entitled because that needs financial planning, license and things like that. But for me, I love to capture time. I love to capture because for 1K, I have the ability to capture time as long as I do it strategically. I do it strategically because I will try to lower the mean to get the best service and no, to get the best price of any asset that I want. So that's the plan. So that is my plan. Okay.
All right, we have some time for a few more questions. Next question is from Sam. Is KLSE now bearish? Is it due to external economic slowdown, tariffs, or etc.? When do you think it would be improved and right time for a beginner to invest in?
Just to share you, Mr. Seb, just to give a clear picture of what is happening in our bursa right now. If you're talking about KLSE index, KLSE index right now is in what we call the best 6 years. So the previous 6 years that we have before COVID is no after 2018, in which we first time we encounter the change of government and things like that. So right now we have one of the best galaxy index that we can have. So this is something that what's happening with the bearish under galaxy index is not, we are not in a bearish condition for Galaxy index. But if you're talking about individual stock, let's say certain stocks in the bursa itself, so, the mid cap or the smaller cap, you can see that some of the stocks that's still under this bearish situation. Okay, this situation is largely caused by certain issue. The main issue that happened is that because of the sector itself. The sector itself, there's a lot of pressure externally for the sector. If let's say we're talking about tech sector right now, tech sector is being pushed externally by not just Malaysia, it's being pushed all globally on the manufacturing of let's say you can say this AI based tech, you can see the returns, but manufacturing of tech, we have certain bearish situation. So Malaysia is not excluded from that situation. Also, we have the same situation. That is not what we call uh, uh, that is not just specifically happen in Malaysia. If you talk about specific tech, but if in the tech industry also we have certain tech that let's say certain company that provide uh what we call trend right now. Let's say they provide an external memories. They provide this what we call storage tech. There's SD card or SDD card and things like that. So the company that provide this facility is a tech company, but they have a bull situation. Why they have a bullish situation? Because of right now the world are looking for this memory and related with AI and things like that. So I would say that we see the Bursa Malaysia. is not a very, we need to see Bursa Malaysia in a very specific targeted industry. So let's say if you're talking about specific industry, yes, you can find there is a specific industry that been in what we call long bullish. But if you're talking about in general, I would say that we are recovering and we are recovering in a good position. So that's in general.
All right. Last question. How about micro investing in gold? Do you have any comments on that?
Okay, so this is something that I've also there's a lot of people are asking me because of micro investing in gold. This is something that you guys can do it, but you need to be careful. If you want to do micro investing, gold is also it is an asset. Bursa Malaysia, we have Bursa Gold in which you can invest in Bursa Gold. So you can buy as low as 10 ringgit. For this you can go as low as 10 ringgit into this Bursa Gold. But at the end of the day, you must understand one thing. Gold is something that have the ecosystem of gold is a high fee ecosystem. So this you might understand. The fee usually, let's say you buy a physical type of gold and then you want to sell back the gold, there is a spread. There's this the difference of buying price and the selling price, what we call spread. So the spread usually whenever the market is so volatile, the spread will getting higher. So this is you need to consider if you want to go micro investing in gold. Okay, the best option in going into gold to reduce this risk of spread, you can go into ETF investment. The underlying or the asset that the ETF is carry is gold. That's one of the best performing gold and one of the best performing ETF in Bursa Malaysia is ETF gold right now. So you can go over there and you can get your ETF. If let's say you want to go for gold, so you can get your ETF over there. But you must understand one thing. If gold is something that the price is right now is in a very volatile price. Then you have a very strong momentum, you have a very strong volatility. What my advice is, if you want to go micro investing in gold, make it try to diversify it. Thus, do not put everything in one basket. Okay, do not put everything in one basket. Because why? I, the price can fluctuate. So the price will fluctuate. I tell you, I never see the price goal is this high. You can see whatever economic situation that things happen around the world as the contributing factor. At the end of the day, the market will cool down. That is what I do believe. The market will cool down. When the market cool down, the pullback will be high. So be careful on that.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hazmi, for taking time to answer all the questions. That is all the time we have for Q&A. And thank you again for all the participants who are being very engaging and asking your questions in this Q&A section. So we'll go to the final part of the webinar. Again, thank you, everyone. And thank you to Mr. Hazmi for the insightful session. Right.